Hello. Obviously, you can see I'm a drummer. I've got a cymbal here. I've looked on the internet and I wanted to see if I could make a cymbal bag. I found ones how to make drum bags because I think they're very overpriced. They're good, but I don't want to spend that much money. So um, I've been kind of messing around with materials and stuff like that to see if I could make one. And I think I have a pretty good idea on how to do it. Um, it might not work for some people. It depends on like what cymbals you have, the sizes, if you can get the materials big enough. So I'm going to show you my way of doing it. So when you're looking for materials to make a bag out of, you've got to think of sturdy materials. If you use something like I'm using old coats, if you use something like that instead thin, flimsy, as soon as that hits the floor with the cymbal, it's just going to split. If you look at the stitching as well, it's not very strong. Like I could probably pull that apart. So you got to think of thick, strong, padded materials. So I've got this old, like it's called barber coats. Um, I'm using this because if you look at the way it's been sewn, look, it's like pleated sort of pattern. It's also very thick. It's like that on both sides, and it's got a bit of padding in the middle, especially like in the center of it. It's got loads and loads of padding, so I know when that hits the floor, it shouldn't split. It's also made of nylon, waterproof. Um, very strong zips on it and buttons. It also has a very good thick lining on it as well. Very strong thick lining, like what you'd get on jeans. So I know it's not going to break. That's if I sew it right. So how I'm going to do it is you take the coat and you turn it upside down like that. So the bit that hits your waist is out and open and free. You take your biggest cymbal. So I have a paste ride here, and as you can see, it's 20-inch ride. That's my biggest cymbal. You might have, I've seen like 22s, 24-inch cymbals. It all depends on what size you have. So my biggest one's a 20-inch, so I'm going to base the design off 20 inches. It makes sense. If you do it off your smallest cymbal, then obviously one that's your biggest cymbal won't fit in the bag. It's pretty common sense, isn't it? So the biggest cymbal is what you want to do it off. So then after that, get a piece of material. If you're not very good at sewing or like building like stuff out of materials, then it's probably best to take something that's already got the basic shape. So this has got a 20-inch back on it, front and back. I think it's a little over because there's a lot of space in it. Then what you want to do is take your cymbal, shove it right in, just to see if it'll fit. See, there it is. And there it is poking out the bottom, so it is in there. And I have all this room to play with. See how much? See, look, all that room. Then what you want to do is you want to cut it down to size. So I'm probably going to cut mine about. So here's where the cymbal starts. So you find the peak of the cymbal, top is the top bit, and work your way from there. Cut it right across both ways so it's a tight fit. You don't want your cymbals rattling about, smacking off each other, and stuff like that. I suppose you could put like little wallet slips in the middle so they don't rub off each other, but I don't see the point, and I don't have that much material. So make it fit so it's really tight, so it doesn't rattle about and move. But you don't want it too tight so you can't get the cymbal in. You want it so it has a little bit of playroom, but not a lot to move and rattle and smash into your other cymbals if you're going to put more than one in here. Right, so then after that, after you've cut it to size and it's good size for you, then you want to take another coat, one that has a pretty sturdy zip. This is the only one with the sturdy zip, but I'm keeping the zip on it. And then you want to take the zip and measure it to the waist. So that's a 20-inch. That's a 20-inch zip. So I know that's going to fit this coat on the bottom. I'm going to cut this zip off with a little bit of room. So if the zip's here, you want to cut it about maybe an inch across the whole way along to the end. That way you've got room to sew it on. And also it'll give room for the bag to open so you can at least go in and get your cymbal out. If it's really tight, it's going to be really difficult pulling it out and you'll damage all the work you did. So then once you put the zip on and you've made the container for the cymbal, I prefer backpack straps. I know you can get loads with handles and like messenger bag straps. I hate them because they smack off your legs, they bruise, and it's harder to carry and they swing everywhere. So I prefer backpack straps. So what you can do with that is then you can take the arms off or leave them on. If you're going to take them off, obviously, like sew this seam back up so there's no holes. Take the arms off because they work as pretty good straps, and sew them on from. Let me take the cymbal out so I can make it easy for myself. You'll want to sew it on from the shoulder right the way to where you've cut it. That way, so if I do that like that, you've got a strap, and the same on the other side, you'll have a strap. I think this is a lot cheaper than buying one. It's a hell of a lot cheaper. And when I've actually made it, when I get a sewing machine and stuff like that, I will come back on and I'll show you the finished product so you can see that it works. If it doesn't work, I'll still make a video to show you where I went wrong, and maybe you can leave me some suggestions. Oh, another thing, if you're gonna hand stitch it, if you can't get your hold of a sewing machine, make sure you use really, really thick, strong cotton or thread. Really, really strong. You don't want that flimsy crap because it'll just come apart as soon as it starts taking weight and being pulled and stretched and dropped. It'll just snap, or it'll start warping or stretching, and it won't be good. So you want to use really, really thick, like jean level cotton. So I hope this was helpful. I know, as far as I'm concerned, there is no other videos out there that show you how to make a cymbal bag. So I think I'm the first one to do this. Leave your comments, tell me if it helped you out. See you later.